The 5th International Conference on Business Analytics. My name is Rick Selby. I'm the program chair for the event, and I'm absolutely thrilled that you're all here. We're looking forward to an outstanding set of presentations and informal interactions. There's several people I'd like to thank before we get started here. First of all, I'd like to thank the sponsors for the event today. This event is sponsored by the Department of Data Sciences and Operations at USC and also by the Master's Program in Business Analytics. And I'd also like to thank our wonderful student volunteers. So behind the scenes, a variety of students have been working extremely hard to help put this event on. So I'd like to give a round of applause to both the Department of Data Sciences and Operations, the Master's in Business Analytics program, as well as our wonderful student volunteers. So please join me. So once again, welcome. I'd like to introduce our first session chair. We'll introduce our first speaker. April?
Hi everyone, I'm April Liang. I'm a grad student in Business Analytics program at USC. Today I'm going to introduce Sid Mohasseb. Sid Mohasseb is a serial entrepreneur, investor, consultant, teacher, author, and business thought leader. Currently, he serves as the head of strategic innovation for KPMG's strategy practice and as an adjunct professor at USC Marshall School of Business. Sid has faced, accepted, and overcome his share of failures in ideas and ventures. He has founded and led several early-stage and hyper-growth companies from inception to acquisitions and led company turnarounds. His real expertise is in connecting theory and reality and helping people see the bend in the road ahead. So now let's welcome Sid Mohasseb.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
It is on. Now it's on.
Now it is.
Now you may want to regret here. Rearrange this thing so I don't fall over. It's great to be here. I think you have overcome the first task of business analytics by maneuvering using your Google and Waze to fight through the traffic to get here. What I wanted to talk about today is the challenge of being the first to talk is always a big one. What I wanted to do was to give you some context around the story of man-machine and where things are headed. So that as you see all these wonderful presentations today, and we've got great speakers lined up, they're going to talk about case studies and they're going to talk about the different things that are happening. You can then begin to put that in the context of what your role is and how strategic and important your role would be not only today, but in the future. So as we all know, it's a pretty interesting time in terms of companies, the environment, competitiveness. Things are pretty fast. Things are global, and change is all over the place. We have things like innovation that is coming out from all over the place. Doesn't recognize any borders. We have the expectation of the consumers changing. The advent of millennials, the fact that they're expecting a lot more. The Internet of Things, the advent of artificial intelligence. All of these things are coming together, and in a lot of studies that we've done, the number one thing that's top of mind for CEOs globally is how do they stay relevant? How do they change and evolve to stay relevant, not once, but all the time? Now, along the same line, we have this notion of change between what was and what is. And the key thing is this transformation or digital transformation or big data advance or whatever you want to call it, this notion of intelligence turning from things that couldn't be understood, couldn't be touched, to things that could actually be digitized in a format that could be consumed, evaluated, and understood. So the biggest advent of the change is along this line of comprehension. And it is this comprehension that provides an interesting dilemma or opportunity. You have the second law of Newton applies pretty well here. You have this massive force being created by the availability of this mass amount of data and the acceleration that is being created. So you have data coming from everywhere with massive speed. And that creates this force. And it is the force of comprehension. It is the force of understanding what's going on, not only the trends, but also the context. What's going on in the external world? What's going on within my company? How do things change? How do consumers feel? How do my products work? Where's innovation coming from? And this force of comprehension is essentially what impacts the way we plan, we strategize, we see around the bend of what's coming in the future. It is that force of comprehension that is really, truly the power of business analytics. So, driving a company that is fueled with this force, or is faced with this, it's like driving a vehicle. Now, we all drive. Driving a regular car, taking kids to school, going to work back and forth, is about endurance, reliability, safety. That is what a regular car is built for. A race car is built for performance. It's built to go fast, drive victory. And although you are doing a similar kind of tasks in terms of looking ahead, using the pedals, your hands on the wheel, the fundamental difference between driving a race car and driving a regular car is what differentiates a winner and a loser. So, what is a race car? A race car is an analogy for your company, for the organization. And it's not only the vehicle or the company that matters how it's built, it's also the driver who drives it, the leaders, the managers, every individual within the organization. A race car, winning a race, winning the competition, requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of attention to detail. It requires extremely rapid decisions. At 200-300 miles an hour, this car is moving. And that rapid decision is critical. It is about full concentration. And it is about the intelligence that is available at that point in time. Now, some of the race cars now, like F1 Formula 1, has about 160 sensors in it. It receives about 2 gigabytes of data that the pit crew every second. There are 250,000 simulations per second that happens to make sure that the car and the driver and the crew are one unit. They are structured to win. Now, if we take the context of how innovation is changing, expectations changing, the force of all this digital information, the need for comprehension, and we put it in the context of driving an organization towards success, we would see very quickly that that's not what's happening out there. If you look at the statistics, the S&P 500 companies that were there in 1957, only 15% of them are still there. That is 59 years. That's less than the average age of a person. Only 2% of these companies are actually still beating the S&P performance. Not that good. And if you really look at the average age that a company stays on an S&P 500 list, is half of what it was about 14 years when it was 30, compared to years back. Now, there's a couple of studies done at Harvard that shows that the speed or the rate of this decline or delisting is 6 times faster than 40 years ago. So that speed of change, that innovation, that expectation, when you step back and look at the broader picture, is actually impacting the performance and success of companies. If you look at the flip side of the early stage companies, only 100,000 gets funding. And out of those 100,000, 1 in 20 actually shows some outcome of acceptable return. Those are not good odds. That's pretty heavy competition. So, if you leave change to chance, as a leader, as an organization, you will face eventually. But I like this quote from Howard Ham. It says, no one